Minglawa, welcome to Myanmar Today. I'm Henry Zin. Here are the latest news and reports. For people who are always curious and looking for something new and cool, we have a report on an interactive tourist experience exhibition called VR Beautiful China. For sports enthusiasts, a report on Myanmar Sport Conference 2020. A story coverage on Myanmar Licensed Contractors Association's third AGM and election ceremonial. And the last report on the adventurous skiing experiences of Yabuli ski resort. We'll definitely get to the reports in a while, but before that, let's take a look at some local news. State Councillor Aung San Suu Kyi, chairperson of the Committee for Development of Rural Areas and National Races, held public meetings with the local people in Leshi of Naga Self-Administered Zone in Bamok Township in Sagaing Region Wednesday. During the meeting, the state councillor said, "A weakness of our country is that total peace has not prevailed until now, since it has regained independence. The entire country was not completely free from armed clashes. The government is trying to stop the armed conflicts. Instability in any corner of the country has negative impacts on other areas of the country." The state councillor added that the situations in Leshi have revealed how much effort needs to be put for the development of the country. The state councillor continued, saying that every region has unique features to be proud of, whether they might be noticed or not. People were also urged to recognize these valuable characteristics. The state councillor said she preferred public meetings outside the halls to create more space for the young people who wanted to join the meeting and raise their questions. The National Level Environmental Conservation and Climate Change Central Committee held its 9th coordination meeting in Naypyidaw Wednesday morning, where the committee's patron Vice President U Min Sui delivered a speech. The Vice President said some of the committee's remarkable achievements include producing the National Environmental Policy, Myanmar Climate Change Policy, Myanmar Climate Change Strategy, and Myanmar Climate Change Action Plan. The Vice President said the Office of the Union Government has approved the National Waste Management Strategy and Action Plan 2018 to 2030 to implement a waste management system that reduces waste production, recycles, and repurposes them. He said they were also working on the National Green Business Development Strategic Framework in order to better manage negative side effects generated from businesses that extract natural resources, to ensure these businesses have sustainable finance and to raise the skills of civil servants involved in the process. The Vice President urged all relevant ministries and sub-national committees to draw up action plans for the 2020 to 2021 fiscal year regarding climate change and waste management strategies to ensure the long-term environmental conservation goal stays on track. According to the Damodar True News Information Team, the Damodar released a statement on the final report of the Independent Commission of Inquiry on Tuesday. The statement stated that the Damodar launched operations to restore regional peace and stability in the aftermath of the ARSA's attacks on police outposts and station and one military battalion headquarters in northern Rakhine State in 2016 and 2017. A considerable number of Damodar members have given statements in support of the evidence collection work of the ICOE. The Damodar will not only give full consideration to the recommendations related to the armed forces in the report of the ICOE, but the Office of the Judge Advocate General will study the report in detail as well. The Damodar, in carrying out its duty to defend the sovereignty of the state and protect the life and property of the local people from terrorist attacks launched by ARSA and its collaborators, did so spontaneously. The action was not premeditated. The Court of Inquiry will continue investigations regarding any wrongdoings by those within the chain of command. The statement said it's learned that the Office of the Judge Advocate General will take action in conformity with military justice procedures if there is credible evidence of any commission of offence by members of the Damodar. The Ministry of Labour, Immigration and Population and Thales, a French multinational company, jointly organised an EID and e-passport workshop Wednesday in Naypyidaw. Union Minister Wu Sui said the implementation of the EID system is a huge task and also a fundamental need for an e-government system, and that the governments of Myanmar and Austria are collaborating on the project, and arrangements are being made for the signing of a contract between the Ministry of Labour, Immigration and Population and Austria-based OESD company. The Union Minister added his ministry is going to roll out the EID system in 2 years in 3 phases, and is also organizing meetings and workshops for the EID Working Committee and subcommittees. That's all with the local news, and here's the first report on Myanmar Today. VR Beautiful China interactive tourist experience exhibition was inaugurated at China Cultural Center in Yangon on Wednesday. It has been running since the 17th of January, with 400 visitors who come to enjoy the VR experience. The VR experience will feature the natural and cultural beauty of both China and Myanmar, such as the Terracotta Warriors, the Great Wall to the Shwedagon Pagoda, and the World Heritage of Ancient Bagan City. Let's take a look at the report.
VR Beautiful China Interactive Tourist Experience Exhibition was inaugurated at the China Cultural Center in Yangon on January 22nd. This is also associated with the occasion of the coming Chinese Spring Festival 2020. The visitors will be able to appreciate the beauty of the West Lake of Hangzhou and Lijiang, ancient city in an all-around angle, wearing VR helmet by handles and hands. One can experience the beautiful Chinese landscape as if you were walking there. The visitors can be tourists through time and space and travel to Mogao Grottos or Donghuang. Take a torch to light up your adventure to meet with the Terracotta Warriors. Enjoy exquisite views in their VR world of beautiful scenery over thousands of years of history and admire beautiful China located thousands of miles away.
The VR experience will feature the Terracotta Warriors, the Great Wall from China, and the Shwedagon Pagoda, and the World Heritage of Ancient Bagan City. So we managed to bring this VR experience to Myanmar with the hope that the visitors can experience the beauty of nature and age-old culture through the VR platform. One can enjoy the tour around the Forbidden City, Temple of Heaven, Lijiang region, Donghuang Cave, and other interesting places. About 400 students from universities and schools in Myanmar came and enjoyed the experience from 17th till 21st. They showed substantial interest. Myanmar people will love China more as they are in touch with China and understand China better. From there, the cooperation in culture and tourism will be strengthened.
The China Cultural Center in Yangon was jointly unveiled by Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi and Myanmar Minister of Religious Affairs and Culture Tura Uangko on November 19, 2017. Myanmar State Councillor Daw San Suu Kyi attended this ceremony. Yangon's China Cultural Center is in the downtown area of Along Township, covering an area of approximately 1,340 square meters. It features exhibition halls, multi-purpose halls, libraries, and classrooms for performances, exhibitions, training, and lectures. Being a new platform for promoting cultural exchanges between Myanmar and China, the Chinese Cultural Center is an official institute built by the Chinese government. It was established based on 2014 Memorandum of Understanding on Building Reciprocal Cultural Centers and 2015 agreement signed between the two governments. The center opened to the public in February 2018. The government of Southwest China's Yunnan province, which borders Myanmar, took part in the center's construction and operation. The center's opening marks the full coverage of the Chinese cultural centers in the 5 countries of Indochina Peninsula. It is also the 6th of its kind established in an ASEAN country.
This event is to mark the 70th anniversary of China-Myanmar diplomatic relationship and for the forthcoming Chinese Spring Festival. I am here to attend the opening ceremony representing Ministry of Religious Affairs and Culture. As we all are aware, China and Myanmar are neighbors where China has been substantial growth in technology. It's undeniable, and we would like to say thanks for this opportunity to witness things through virtual reality.
China's VR market is forecast to reach $7.9 billion by 2021 as 5G mobile networks are deployed nationwide. China is already an important production base, according to an MIIT official. China's virtual reality market is forecast to expand to 54.45 billion yuan, which is $7.9 billion by 2021, fueled by increased policy support from Beijing, according to the industry regulator, as advanced 5G mobile networks are rolled out across the country. This is Agajo reporting for Myanmar International Radio.
That's a report on the interactive tourist experience exhibition called VR Beautiful China. Alright, it's time now to check on the weather forecast in Myanmar. Well, in Yangon, we'll be seeing a bright sun with areas of high clouds. Highest temperature for the day will be 33 degrees Celsius and the lowest will be at 15 degrees Celsius. A nice weather in Naypyidaw with more sunshine than clouds during the day. Highest temperature for the day will be at 31 degrees Celsius and the lowest will be at 11 degrees Celsius. It's a nice weather in Mandalay with partly to mostly sunny conditions. Highest temperature for the day will be at 30 degrees Celsius and the lowest will be at 12 degrees Celsius. Well, back to our reports now, and we'll check on the stocks and currency exchange rates after this report. Myanmar Sport Conference 2020, with an aim to give a message to the people about the importance of physical activities for a healthy life, was held on Wednesday at the Novotel Hotel in Yangon. Sportspersons from all over Myanmar and medical doctors from both domestic and international also attended the conference, spreading the awareness program on health and sport. Williamson reports.
Sport is one of the most important things for a person to stay healthy, but increased number of workload and struggle for earning livelihood has become a major issue among the people that many people will have little time for physical activities. Therefore, in order to make the importance of physical activities known to the people, Sports Science and Sports Medicine Conference 2020 was held on 22nd of January at Novotel Hotel in Yangon, attended by several sports persons across Myanmar and related governmental officials from the government side. The main aim of the conference is to give a message that physical activity is an essential element in preventing several diseases, and performing physical activities on a daily basis is a very healthy habit. Therefore, holding physical activities is as important as receiving medical treatment, according to the report at the conference. Speaking to ML Radio, Mr. Mark Southernbach, Program Officer of American College of Sports Medicine, who is urging the government to place emphasis on physical activity, spoke to ML Radio and said,
Well, the main point today was just to introduce everybody to what exercise medicine is, and understanding that it's not just doctors, but it's doctors, nurses, all the healthcare team working together in partnership with our community resources, our exercise professionals, our PE teachers, our gyms, our parks, and trying to connect patients from the health system to professional guidance in the community to help them become more physically active.
Mr. Mark also spoke on the importance of physical activities for a young country like Myanmar, and he said,
it's so important. What we're seeing in countries in transition like Myanmar is that there's more and more non-communicable diseases, more obesity, more mental health problems, and physical activity is a multi-potent pill. It but it can help with many of these problems. And so we have to look for unique ways to get people active. And one of those ways is getting our doctors and health systems involved and recommending patients to be more active and connecting them to those physical activity resources.
The conference is not only about presentation and discussion to bring changes to the healthcare services in Myanmar, but it's also about promoting sport activities and sport-related tools. The effort to promote the way to the international stage is also being promoted under the Organization of World Lightweight Championship, and Mr. Gerald Ngu is the Chief Executive Officer of the organization, and he spoke to MI Radio and said,
Yeah, World Lightweight Championship is the biggest lightweight organization in the world, and it's the first sports media export from Myanmar. We are trying to promote the ancient martial art of lightweight and showcase it to the rest of the world. It's such a fascinating sport, but it's not as well known in other parts of the world, and that's something we're trying to change. So we want them to know about the culture of Myanmar, the tradition that come along with lightweight. So to make for a very interesting television program. Yeah, we've already done 10 events, and we are live in 60 countries around the world on television. And every other country that doesn't have us on television, you can watch it on an app, on your phone, your tablet, and your computer. So, yeah, no, it's an under subscription model with UFC Fight Pass, and we are live on Canal Plus and a few other television stations. So we have a proven track record of people wanting this content, and we are going to slowly expand further and further as we go along. But we already have up to 20-30 million people watching every show.
This is Williamson reporting for MI Radio.
That's a report on Myanmar Sport Conference 2020. And now we have information on currency rates from Myanmar's central bank. $1 is at 1,469 kyats. 1 Chinese renminbi is at 212 kyats. 1 euro is at 1,627 kyats. 1 pound sterling is at 1,917 kyats. 1 Singapore dollar is at 1,088 kyats. 1 Malaysian ringgit is at 361 kyats. 1 Thai baht is at 48 kyats, and the Indian rupee is at 20 kyats. Gold is trading at $1,556. Silver is at $17, and Brent crude oil is at $55. On the Yangon Stock Exchange, FMI is at 11,000. MTSH went up 50 and it's at 3,900. MCB remains at 8,100. FPB is at 23,500. TMH dropped 50 and it's at 2,850. You're with MI Radio's Myanmar Today. You can log on to our website at miradio.com.mm and catch other great programs of MI Radio on the website. We're also running on 96.1 FM in Yangon, 96.5 in Mandalay, and 96.7 in Naypyidaw. Alternatively, you can download our app on both iOS and Android platforms. It's easy to search. Just type in Myanmar INTL Radio and you'll find the app. Download it on your devices so you can listen to our radio programs on the go. Stay with us as we bring you more reports on Myanmar Today. Federation of Myanmar Licensed Contractors Association held third annual general meeting and election for central executives for the third term. The election chose 53 executives among the 61 elected members. MLCA also said their aim is to become a consolidated and strengthened association for constructors.
The third annual general meeting and election ceremonial of MLCA, Federation of Myanmar Licensed Contractors Association, is held at Sky Star Hotel on 19 January. In this ceremony, government officials and authorities from MLCA gave opening speeches and the certificates are given to the sponsored companies for this ceremony, the companies that provide donations to the Federation, and those who provide funding and donations since the starting of this Federation. For the election ceremonial, Dr. Sawin, former Chief Engineer of YCDC, Yangon City Development Committee, said how the election is arranged and the requirements.
As MLCA is officially licensed and established 3 years ago, there are also the constitutions of these federations approved by the government. The positions for executives are to be 45 people according to our federation's constitution, and this is also approved by the government. In the previous year, there are 53 executives temporarily assigned along with the project needs and requirements for the federation. As our federation is organized with licensed contractors under the boundaries of YCDC, The candidates also have to be licensed contractors. For the electing of only the licensed contractors from Yangon region doesn't mean that the constructions are going to be done only in Yangon. As our federation becomes national, we organize with qualified contractors and have plans to have constructions in every region.
According to Dr. Solwin, those candidates who have registered in this federation for at least 6 months can take part in election, and for those who have not, they can take part in next election. The chairman of Usana Company Limited, U Tae Mye, gave a speech in this ceremony.
I have experiences in agricultural, livestock breeding, and also in health sector. For example, in livestock breeding sector, a company that produce pellet for pork and chicken, stretch for chicken is 100% owned by Myanmar citizen. Today, we estimated that 30% in livestock breeding sector is under the foreign companies. Along with the democracy, even there are equalities, we don't have budget, technologies, together with the poor banking system.
U Jopong, consulting engineers and constructors, said.
MLCA provides aids in religions and social development. Within the 3 years' term, we have already donated for about 1 billion. And also the building of Bujuk Aung San statue and aid to flooded areas. For the elections, members of our federation who give monthly and yearly subscription can also register for the election.
According to the MLCA's official website, their goal is to promote represent not only in construction field, but also all sectors involved for the interests of people and states, and to become a consolidated and strengthened association for contractors.
That's a report on Myanmar Licensed Contractors Association's third AGM and election ceremonial. And here's the last report on the adventurous skiing experiences of Yabuli ski resort. Yabuli, located halfway between Harbin and Mutanjiang in China's northernmost province, Heilongjiang, is the home of China's first destination resort and has expanded into China's first ski town with multiple resorts on 3 mountains with a selection of 2-star to 5-star hotels along the main access road. The 2 large ski areas are Yabuli Sun Mountain and Yabuli Ski Resort. David Tanner reports.
Yabuli Ski Resort is the largest ski resort in China and includes the country's largest ski jumping facilities. Located in the northeastern province of Heilongjiang, it is 177 kilometers southeast from Harbin, approximately 2.5 hours by train. With that said, I have interviewed Mr. Bilal Sabri, a journalist from Diplomat magazines of Pakistan, for his experiences with the ski resort.
We are here in the official trip. Many people suggest me to go to the Yabuli for the ski resort, and now I am here and I'm feeling so excited. I did the ski. It's my aim. It's my dream to do this thing. It's very good, but it's very dangerous also because it's my first time. I tried my best to do this. We visited the place. There's a very big building. They provide a huge equipment, all kind of equipment, like for your safety. They're first concerned there about your safety, about because it's very dangerous about your body. So they are looking forward to your safety first. There was also the safeguards there who can provide you some safety, and there's a lot of equipments, all type of equipment. They provide all type of facilities to the tourists, and I would like to say to all the tourists around the world to come to the Yabuli and explore and enjoy your vacations here.
Yabuli Ski Resort is hands down China's biggest and best. There's more than one ski resort in China that claims this distinction, but if one checks out what's on offer, one will quickly realize that Yabuli Ski Resort is in a class by itself among Chinese ski resorts. The very fact that Yabuli Ski Resort serves as a primary training venue for China's national teams like Alpine, Nordic, and Freestyle teams should give an idea of the quality of the slopes at Yabuli Ski Resort. Mr. Sabri also told MI Radio for how he was amazed by the facilities of the ski resort.
Yeah, it's not my first time I use the cable car. I already use in the Beijing and some other places, and also in Pakistan. But it's a different, some kind of different change in here because they are using latest technology and very safety. We went to the top of the mountain. It's like a paradise. I'm feeling I'm in the fantasy, I'm in the dream, but now I'm in the reality, and it's a very good and interesting place for the tourists with their families, and especially for the honeymoon who just got married. So come to the Yabuli and enjoy with his wife, and that's it.
I have also interviewed Mr. Yang Xiao Dong, the staff of Yabuli Resort, to explain the facilities of the resort and its perks.
Yabuli Ski Resort has 9 intermediate to advanced level alpine pistes, a 5-kilometer Nordic trail, and 500-meter gentle alpine slope for beginners. The resort's prime advanced level alpine piste measures some 3 kilometers, which is 3,000 plus meters, with a vertical drop of an impressive 805 meters, which makes it the longest and the most accelerating alpine ski piste in all of Asia. So it should be noted that the ski resort is divided into a competition and a leisure section, and the former being restricted to domestic and foreign professionals, that is, national team skiers. The ski resort employs more than 500 ski instructors.
Skiing is a means of transport using skis to glide on snow. Variations of purpose include basic transport, recreational activity, or competitive winter sport. Many types of competitive skiing events are recognized by the International Olympic Committee (IOC) and the International Ski Federation (FIS).
The resort has 9 ski lifts and more than enough to ferry skiers to their various destinations without having to wait in long queues. Visitors say that the old adage about getting there being half the fun has never been more true than in the case of the trip up Yabuli Sun Mountain in one of the Yabuli Ski Resort ski lifts. That is why I would like to welcome everyone to come visit Yabuli skiing and experience the authentic skiing adventure of your lifetime.
秋有景，冬滑雪，欢迎全世界的朋友到雅布利来。
Reporter David Tanner reporting from Myanmar International Radio.
And that's all the reports on Myanmar today. Now, as we all know, the world is turning faster and things are escalating so quick that I think it's good to keep up with the news from around the globe. So let's take a turn to some international news and find out what's happening around the world. The 5th rehearsal of CCTV's 2020 Spring Festival Gala was held on Wednesday, amusing the attendees with buzzwords and jokes. This round of rehearsals was based on the previous 4 rehearsal sessions and include the entire cast and crew. Some attendees remarked that this year's performances are very interesting and entertaining. This year, some language-based performances will use annual buzzwords to evoke humor and emotional resonance. Some original comedy acts are also expected to crack up the audience. Most U.S. tariffs on China will remain in place during Phase 2 trade negotiations, U.S. President Donald Trump said on Tuesday while addressing the 2020 World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland, hailing that the newly signed trade deals with China and Mexico represent a new model of trade for the 21st century. Trump touted his administration's achievements since he took office 3 years ago. The address was pitched to appeal to the Davos crowd as his impeachment trial begins in earnest in the U.S. Senate after the Republican president was formally charged by the Democratic-controlled House of Representatives in December with high crimes and misdemeanors. Trump calls impeachment trial a long-running hoax. Australia has been burning for months. More than 7 million hectares of land have burned in the bushfires, forcing thousands to evacuate and killing untold numbers of animals. Heavy rain and hailstorms over the last week have helped control some fires and given firefighters a bit of a break. In the bushfires, one Australian lost his home and the Aboriginal Culture Centre he started for at-risk kids.
I don't hold the fire responsible for that. It's from letting something that can be extremely powerful get out of control. And that is a case of not caring for the country properly. We can't do that here even on our own land. We have to go by the conservation practices.
Well, that's a wrap, and thanks for joining me on Myanmar Today. I'm Henry Zin. Have a good day, everyone, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Goodbye now.